Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We are going to give everyone time to join. We're going to get started in about 3 to 5 minutes. We'll start at 9:36. So once we get started, the district attorney will be giving brief remarks, followed by some questions and answers. I want to let people know that we are going to be doing Spanish language requests separately. So if you have a Spanish language request, please send it directly to me, to the TCDA office in the chat. So again, we're going to give everyone time to join. We'll get started at 9:36. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I think we're ready to get started. So in addition to District Attorney Garza, we are going to be joined by First Assistant Trudy Strasburger and Director of the Office's Civil Rights Unit, Dexter Guilford. The District Attorney will be giving some brief remarks, and then he will be responding to questions. Please put your questions in the chat, and please also include your news organization with the question. For Spanish language requests, please send me a request in the chat. We're going to be handling those separately. We will be recording this conference, so if you need a recording after the briefing, please let us know and we can get you that recording. And I will let Jose take it away.
Thank you, Alexa. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining. My name is José Garza, and I'm the Travis County District Attorney. Today, my office announced the return of an indictment against Austin Police Department Officer Christopher Taylor for the charge of first-degree murder in the death of Michael Ramos. In addition, the same grand jury heard evidence related to Austin Police Department Officer Mitchell Piper's discharge of beanbag ammunition during the same incident. The grand jury considered the offense of aggravated assault by a public servant and returned a no bill for that offense. Officer Taylor's charge will be prosecuted by the office's Civil Rights Unit and is pending in the 167th Judicial District Court. Today, we have taken a significant step towards justice for the Ramos family and for our community. My heart continues to break for the Ramos family, and we still have much work ahead of us. But we know that holding law enforcement accountable when they break the law is critical to restoring the trust of our community and to ensuring its safety.
All right, great. Now we have 5 minutes for question and answer. As a reminder, if you have a question, please put your question in the chat, and please also include your news organization. If you've submitted a question directly to Jose, thank you for already submitting. We're going to take a look and start responding to your question shortly.
I think this is a good opportunity to remind everyone that in our system of law, it is ultimately our community, members of our community who are charged, who are vested with the authority to determine when evidence exists that a crime has been committed, and ultimately vested with the authority to determine if a crime has been committed. And that is exactly what has happened in this case. A Travis County grand jury, members of our community, heard the evidence and the law and determined that probable cause exists, that Officer Taylor committed murder. And that was the decision that the grand jury rendered. Just going through the questions here. So that's correct. Officer Taylor is out on bond. As you may know, the pandemic has slowed trial proceedings here in Travis County, but we are hopeful and we continue to work with Travis County judges to get our trial process back up and running. When that process is back up and running, this matter will proceed to the trial phase, and ultimately a Travis County jury will hear the evidence and law in this case and make a determination about whether or not evidence exists that Mr. Taylor committed murder beyond a reasonable doubt. Just trying to get through the questions here. A no bill is when a grand jury determines that there is not sufficient evidence to establish probable cause that an offense has been committed. Again, the Travis County grand jury considered all of the facts and all of the law and determined that probable cause exists to believe that Officer Taylor committed murder in this case. It is my understanding that that the same officer was involved in the De Silva case. I don't have additional facts about that in this instance. I hope what a Travis County grand jury has made clear today is that if law enforcement commit a crime, if they engage in misconduct, they will be held accountable. That is what our community expects, and that is what our community is prepared to do through their role and function as grand jurors in Travis County. I don't have additional information about Mr. Taylor's booking or where and when that happened at this time. And let me just say, here at the district attorney's office, we have our responsibility is to review the facts and the evidence, to put those facts and that evidence and the law in front of members of our community for them to make their determination. And that's what we have done in this case. At this time, there is no timeline that I'm aware of for a trial. As I mentioned, the pandemic has slowed the jury trial process in Travis County. I know everyone is working very hard to get that process moving again. And at this time, we don't have any additional information about potential outcomes for a trial. So just to reiterate the process, the Travis County District Attorney's Office has the responsibility of presenting evidence and the law to a Travis County grand jury that is charged with determining whether evidence of a crime exists. That's what they have done in this case. Once that decision was rendered by the grand jury, we moved through a process that allowed for a warrant to be issued. That warrant was executed. As I mentioned earlier, my understanding is that a court has released Mr. Taylor on bond. We will then move to the trial phase. And I think at this point, we don't have additional information about how long that process may take. But everyone is working hard in Travis County to get that process up and running again.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I think that's all the time that we have. Again, we have recorded this conference, so please reach out to us if you would like a copy of the recording. That would be me. So if you need contact information, I'll drop that in the chat. Thank you all for joining us, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your day.
Thank you all.